Hi all, a very good morning to all of you. I am Rati Kumari Jha, and the topic for today is digital image processing, and it is also one of the important subject for the final year student. And I'll be covering all the important questions on this topic, which will be based on our new university pattern. Okay, so let's start with the questions. So before starting this, I would like to tell you one thing that what is image processing? So image processing is basically a math method in which we are going to convert an image into digital form and perform some operations on it. Okay, so it is completely a method in which we are going to convert an image into digital form and performing some operation on it so that we can find out something from an image or we can extract something from an image, okay, and we can get some better insight from a picture. That's why we are going to process that picture and extract information using some processes. So this is something which we are gonna study in this complete unit, or we can say in this complete book of digital image processing. So questions are like, what is the first and foremost step in image processing? So there are some of the steps which we use in the process of image processing, and the steps are, I'll show you what are the basic steps which we use in image processing. So first step is image acquisition. Image acquisition. Second step is image enhancement, then image restoration, color image processing, then wavelets and multi-resolution processing, compression, morphological processing, segmentation, representation and description, and object recognition. So these are some of the steps. Okay, and we have to learn these steps because they can ask us that which process comes after image restoration or which process come after compression. Okay, so we should learn about it as well. So, so first step is image acquisition. Image acquisition. What is image acquisition? Image acquisition is the first step of image processing. So in image acquisition, we need to involve all the image pre-processing scaling part is performed in this step. Second step is image enhancement. It is the most appealing area of image in which we are going to change the contrast and brightness feature of the image. Okay. Then the third step will be image restoration. Image restoration, it means we are going to improve the appearance of an image, or we can, so that we can extract something in a better way. We will improve the appearance of an image and find some objective using that particular image. Then the next step is color image processing. In the process of color image processing, basically what we do that we are modeling the image using color models. We are applying the colors and performing some different operations so that we can find out something better from a picture. Fifth process is wavelets and multi-resolution processing. It is the main foundation. I say that is a main foundation for representing images, and we can represent multi-resolution mean that we can represent our images in multiple resolutions. We can use various degree of resolutions, and we can wavelets means that we can divide the images into smaller region for data compression. Okay, we will divide the complete image into several regions, and so that we can proceed with the compression step. And the compression step is, we have, because we want to reduce the storage and reduce the storage, so that's why we will use compression process. The seventh process is morphological processing, which means we are going to deal with tools. Okay, morphological, what is mean by morphological? Morphological means external characteristics. Okay, so it will deal with tools for extracting image components that are useful in representation, and this will describe us about the shape and representation. Okay, so this will be all about external structure. Okay, and the step after this is segmentation. Okay, morphological processing is the one which is telling us about the external characters. In the segmentation process, what we do, We are going to segment the image. It means partitioning an image into the constituent parts and different objects. Okay, we are dividing a complete image into some different objects. Okay, but in the case of wavelet, we are dividing the image into regions so that we can compress this better. So this is the difference between wavelets and segmentations. The next step is representation and description, in which we are going to represent and describe our image. And in the object recognition, we are going to consider our image as an object. Okay, so that if we if we the image have a vehicle, we can divide it into object that we can consider that particular image as an object. Okay, so this is basically object recognition, in which we are going to consider that particular image as an object, or we can make some more modules and we can recognize them also as object. Okay, so these are some basic steps which we need to learn. That first step is image acquisition, then image enhancement, image restoration, color image processing, then wavelets and multi-resolution processing, then compression, and after this morphological processing. Then we need to segment the complete image and then represent and describe them so that we can get some better useful insights, and then object final recognition. So these are all the steps, and the question maybe most of the questions are going to be based on this only. So just learn this diagram carefully, and you will see that you after learning this diagram you will find answer. So so the question is, what is the first and foremost step in image processing? So as we already see that the first step is image acquisition. So the right answer will be C, which is image acquisition. Next question. In which step of processing the images are subdivided successively into smaller regions? So as you guys can see in the program, there is one step which is wavelets and multi-resolution processing, which is step number 5. So in this wavelets, what we do is we divide the image into smaller regions so that we can pass it for the compression process. What is the next step in image processing after compression? Options are next steps. Okay, so as I tell you previously that you need to learn about all the 10 steps in a better way, so that if they can ask you that which is the next process, so you can answer it easily. So A is wavelets, next step in image processing after compression. Wavelets, segmentation, representation and description, morphological processing. So that you can see in the diagram now. It's morphological processing. So you can just, so the right answer will be morphological processing. Next question. What is the step that is performed before color image processing in image processing? Again, the question is completely based on the order. So if it will be great if you are completely learning about those steps and the order of those steps. Okay, so options are step that is performed before color image processing, wavelets and multi-resolution processing, B, image enhancement, C, image restoration, D, image acquisition. So the answer is C, image restoration. And you can also check it out that you can also check it that before color image processing there is image restoration. Image restoration, that which means that we will make picture more better so that we can find some more insights from the image. So the right answer will be image restoration, which is C. Next question. How many number of steps are involved in image processing? So options are A 10, B 9, C 11 and D 12. So the right answer will be of course A, which is 10. Next question. What is the expanded form of JPEG? Our options are A, Joint Photographic Expansion Group, B, Joint Photographic Experts Group, C, Joint Photographs expansion group. Option D, joint photographic expanded group. So which one will be the correct answer? So the right answer will be B. It's joint photographic experts group. This is one of the format of our images which we are using in our daily lives. Which of the following step deals with tools for extracting image components? Those are useful in the representation and description of shapes. Which step is gonna help you for extracting image components and those are useful in the representation and description of shape? So just read the question carefully. So it is about extracting the components from the image and those components which are useful in representation and description of shape. So it is about external characters. And what is external character? External characters is about always morphological processing. So the answer will be D, morphological processing. Okay, because it is gonna deal with tools for extracting. Okay, tools. Morphological processing means deals with tools for extracting image components that are useful in representation. If some will say that the answer should be B, representation and description. No, they are saying that which deals with tools for extracting image component, those are useful in representation and description of shape. So tools which are we use morphological processing for representation and description. So the right answer will be morphological processing. Next question. In which step of the processing assigning a label vehicle, example vehicle, to an object based on its descriptors is done? Assigning a label, we are assigning a label vehicle to an object. There is some object and we are assigning a label to it that it is a vehicle based on its descriptor. It means we have an image and we have some properties that there is a tire, there is something, there is some components of a car. So and then we are assigning it a label, yes, that this is a vehicle, right? Okay, so that what we can call that step is the answer will be A, which is object recognition. Next question. What role does the segmentation play in image processing? So our option are deals with extracting attributes that result in some quantitative information of data, deals with techniques for reducing the storage required saving an image or the bandwidth required transmitting it, deals with partitioning an image into its constituent parts or object, deals with property in which images are subdivided successively into smaller regions. So D is absolutely wrong answer as it is about dividing it into smaller regions, which means wavelengths. So it can't be an answer. And dealing with extracting attributes. So no, we are not just extracting attributes. So deal with techniques for reducing the storage required saving an image. No, we are not performing the compression process. So the right answer will be C, deals with partitioning of an image with its constituent parts or objects. Question number 10. Among the following image processing techniques, which is fast, precise, and flexible? Option A is optical, option B is digital, option C is electronic, option D is photographic. So which technique is gonna be fast, precise, and flexible? Of course, if we are and we are also there. If something is in digital form, the process will be fast, and we are also studying about digital image processing. So of course, it is digital image processing, and it will fast the process because digital documents are more better than if we have something in electronic form. It is hard for the machines even to understand that particular language, so that's why we also need to convert it into a digital form so that machine can also read it in the right way. Next question. An image is considered to be a function of AXY, where A represent A, height of image, B, width of image, C, amplitude of image, D. Resolution of image. So the right answer will be A. This A always represents the amplitude of image. Next question. What is pixel? Pixel is the elements of a digital image. Pixel is the elements of an analog image. Pixel is the cluster of a digital image. Or the pixel is the cluster of an analog image. So the pixel is always the elements of a digital image. So right answer will be A. Pixel is the elements of a digital image. Next question. The range of values spanned by the grayscale is called A. Dynamic range, B. Band range, C. Peak range, D. Resolution range. So the range of values spanned by the grayscale. So the right answer will be the range is always dynamic. That range is completely dynamic. So the right answer will be A. Okay. Next question. Which is a color attribute that describes a pure color? Our options are A. Saturation, B. Hue, C. Brightness, and D is intensity. Color attribute that describes a pure color. So it is hue, which is B option. Which gives the measure of the degree to which a pure color is diluted by white light? A. Saturation, B. Hue, C. Intensity, and the D is brightness. So of course it is about the dilution, and even we studied about it this process in chemistry process also, that there is a saturation point which is the maximum point, okay, after which we can't dilute it, okay. So which gives a measure, which thing is gonna give the measure of degree to which a pure color is diluted by white light? So the right answer will be A. Saturation. Next question. Which means the assigning meaning to a recognized object? If we are recognizing object, the answer will be recognition. But assigning the meaning to a recognized object, it means we need to interpret that thing. Our options are interpretation, recognition, acquisition, and segmentation. So we want to interpret, we need to assign the meaning. Okay. So the answer will be interpretation, which is A. Next question. The transition between continuous values of the image function and its digital equivalent is called. There is a transition between continuous values of the image function and its digital equivalent is called as option A is quantization, option B is sampling, option C is rasterization. So the right answer for this question will be quantization. The process of transition between continuous values and digital equivalent is called as quantization. Next question. Images quantized with insufficient brightness levels will lead to the occurrence of. So there is images which are going to be quantized with help of some insufficient brightness levels will lead to the occurrence of pixelation, blurring, C. False contours. So the right answer will be false contours. Contours is basically curve. They're going to give us the false contours if there are insufficient brightness levels. 19th question. The smaller discernible change in intensity level is called intensity resolution, B. Contour, C. Saturation, D. Contrast. So of course there is smallest discernible change. There is smallest discernible change. So the right answer will be intensity resolution. Okay. Next question. What is the tool used in tasks such as zooming, shrinking, and rotating, etc.? Our options are A. Sampling, B. Interpolation, C. Filters, D. None of the mentioned. Some of the people can say that the answer will be filter because using filters we can zoom it. No, that would be that could be simple editing as well. So we call in image processing we call this process as a option B interpolation. Next question. The type of interpolation where for each new location the intensity of the immediate pixel is assigned. Where for each new location the type of interpolation means the type of interpolation where for each new location the intensity of immediate pixel that we there is if there is some immediate pixel the is assigned as a bicubic interpolation, cubic interpolation. How we are going to give the intensity for the immediate pixels? So we are going to use option D, which is nearest neighbor interpolation. Okay. And as I told you in the previous question, that why we are using interpolation for the purpose of zooming, shrinking, and rotating. Okay. And now, why if there is some we are using interpolation for each new location, the intensity of immediate pixel, if there is some immediate pixel, what we are going to use which value we are going to give it? We are going to give it the value using nearest neighbor interpolation. Next question. The type of interpolation where the intensity of the four neighboring pixels is used to obtain intensity a new location is called. This is again about neighboring pixel, the type of interpolation where the intensity of four neighboring pixel. Okay, intensity of four neighboring pixel is used to obtain intensity a new location. It means we are using the intensity of four pixels, four previous neighboring pixels which are already present in the image, and we are using those pixels to find the intensity of a new location. So the right answer will be again nearest neighbor. Right answer will be nearest neighbor interpolation. And cubic interpolation, bilinear interpolation, bicubic interpolation, these are the wrong answers. Next question. Dynamic range of imaging system is a ratio where the upper limit is determined by. So dynamic range of imaging system is a ratio where the upper limit is determined by A saturation, B noise, C brightness, and the D is contrast. So there is maximum limit, okay? If we are talking about maximum limit, brightness can't be a maximum limit, D can't be a contrast, also cannot be, the noises can't be a maximum limit. So the maximum limit will be A, which is saturation, which is the maximum amount. Okay. Next question. Sorry. So the next question is, for dynamic range ratio, the lower limit is determined by A saturation, B brightness, C noise, and the D is contrast. For dynamic range ratio, the lower limit is determined by, what if we want to find the lower limit? A saturation, B brightness, C noise, D contrast. So for dynamic range, the lower limit which we use is C option, which is noise. Next question. Histogram equalization or histogram linearization is represented by the following equation. So our options are, you can just go through all the options. There are so many options. Okay, just go through them one by one and you can read them. So first our question is, what is histogram equalization and why we use it? So histogram equalization is also one of the image processing technique which is based on spatial domain processing technique. Spatial is about location based, okay? And why we use it? We use it for adjusting image intensity. If we want to adjust the image intensity so that we can enhance the contrast of the picture, okay? And we can manage the different intensity values and we can enhance the picture. So that's why we use the histogram equalization, which is also frequency based. So the general equation which we generally use for it is like the general the as we have so many equations you can see on the screen. Sk equal to sigma, kj equal to 1, nj upon n, k equal to 0, 1, 2, l minus 1, sk equal to sigma, kj equal to 0, and these l minus 1. Wait. Histogram equalization or histogram linearization is represented by of the following equation. Okay, so you can see k is equal to 0. The general equation which we use is pxi equal to pxi, as there is k and j are mentioned. What is L? L is the number of intensity level in image. Okay, there is a range of intensity level which is almost from which is maximum 255. Okay, n is total number of pixels in an image here in this equation. Okay, and if I say about SKI, which is this SK is the image histogram. These are the histogram. SK is representing the histogram. SK is the histogram for the pixel value LJ. Or as we can say, we are giving the different values to this J. We are going to give the different values to this K, sorry. Okay, and change the values of them and normalize them. So the standard equation, there are different options. So the standard equation will be B Sk equal to sigma Kj equal to 0 Nj upon N K equal to 0, 1, 2 L minus 1. And here L is representing us the intensity levels of an image and N is the total number of pixel in an image. And SK is basically representing a image histogram. So you have to learn about it, that what is histogram equalization, and you can even learn more about it. Okay, and how we can derive the equation. And I don't think so, but that we need in our MCQs. But yeah, you can learn it if you want to. Okay, so these are all the 25 questions. Okay, I hope you liked the video, and I'll come again with some more questions and we will also go through it. But as we can't just cover all the questions in a single video, it would be fine if I'll cover them one by one. Okay. So next time I'll cover with more videos. Up to then, just and okay, if you also want to watch some other videos of data compression and entrepreneurship development, other subjects, you can see the link in the description box. Okay, and you can also like it and subscribe it as well. Thank you guys.